So, have you ever thought about what happens when you get an unexpected financial breakthrough? I mean, it's about way more than just seeing numbers go up in your bank account, right? It can actually be this huge psychological shift. And today, we are going to break down one single powerful message that gets right to the heart of that.
All right, take a look at this. This is it. This is the source of our entire breakdown today. Just one card called WINDFALL, but it has this incredible three-part message about financial change. It kind of starts with a promise, then it moves into this really powerful mindset, and it wraps up with a call to action. So let's unpack each piece together.
And that leads us right into Act 1 of our little journey here. What are we actually talking about when we use the word windfall? Let's get a crystal clear definition on the table. So, what is a windfall, really? Well, the definition is pretty straightforward. It's an unexpected, sudden gain. Think of it like one of life's amazing surprise moments. Maybe it's a winning lottery ticket, an inheritance you weren't expecting, or that big performance bonus you totally weren't counting on. It's that jolt of good fortune that just seems to appear out of the blue.
Okay, and this is where it gets personal. See, it's not just some abstract definition anymore. It's a direct prediction. It says you're about to receive a windfall of money or a pay raise. You got to notice that shift, right? It goes from a general idea to a specific, almost imminent promise being made directly to you. And that right there, that's the catalyst for everything else that follows.
But look, a single burst of cash is one thing. What the card suggests comes next is, well, it's even more powerful. So let's jump into Act 2 and see how this one-time event might actually signal a much larger trend, what I'm calling riding the positive wave.
And here is the core idea of Act 2. It's not just about one event. It's about entering this ongoing state of being. The card says money is currently in a positive cycle. Think about it like this. You're shifting from a single splash in the water to catching and riding a continuous wave. It really suggests momentum, like you've got this financial tailwind pushing you forward.
But what does a positive cycle actually feel like in the real world? It's definitely more than just digits in an account. It shows up as a real change in your everyday reality. Like all of a sudden, new opportunities just seem to find their way to you. Your own confidence in making financial calls gets a major boost. And you start to notice this sense of flow, where support and resources, and I'm not just talking about money, they just arrive right when you need them.
This brings us to the final act, and honestly, maybe the most important part of this whole message, psychologically speaking. So you've got the resources, you're in the flow. Now what? Let's dive into Act 3, permission to enjoy abundance.
And here we are, the final, crucial piece of instruction. And it's not about hoarding more money. It's about your relationship with the money you have. This is a great time to treat yourself. That is explicit permission to enjoy what you have. And for so many of us who've been taught to save and worry, actually spending that money on ourselves can be the biggest mental hurdle of all.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the huge psychological shift the card is pushing for. It's all about moving from a scarcity mindset, that little voice in your head that's rooted in the fear of not having enough, to an abundance mindset. And this isn't about being reckless or anything. It's about seeing money as a tool for joy, for celebration, and for investing in your own well-being without all that guilt attached.
And so, the message of the windfall card really comes full circle. It lays out this potential path for you. An unexpected gain, which leads into a positive cycle, which leads to the freedom to actually enjoy it. The card makes its case, and now it turns that final question right back over to you. It says, this is a great time. The only question left is, how are you going to seize it?